Welcome back. I'm John Garcia Jr. in with sports. This time the division realignment affects hockey. The Syracuse Crunch will remain. So it all comes back to right here for Brinkley, the corner of Spring and Ashburn, where his past as a high school legend intersects with his future as an NFL dad. Reporting from Philadelphia, John Garcia Jr. Even though this is Tincher's first season as a coach, it's been a smooth transition. And of course, the players don't mind having quite the catch. Well, Jeff, it means the team will need to rely on the classroom. The NCAA gave the Orange a 2 scholarship penalty this past season after falling below the team's minimum academic standards. Or any other sport where it's just a one-game elimination, March Madness like we're heading into now, you would definitely have an amazing point. But it's just not as strong in a baseball or a basketball where you have to beat this team 4 times out of 7. And tonight the NBA will crown a champion. The drama and intensity will be electric as the Celtics and Lakers have one game in LA to decide who will take home that thing. The madness carried over into the high school ranks as well. Basketball power Jamesville DeWitt is in line for their 3rd Section 3 Class A title in a row. Leading the Red Rams is super sophomore DeJuan Coleman, who will be attending the University of, well, wherever he wants. And you'll be hearing these horns all throughout the match. And Slovenia represents the smallest country in the 32-team field. Still, they remain atop the USA's group. With a chance to change that tomorrow, Clint Dempsey says the Americans will not underestimate Slovenia. Time for sports now. I'm John Garcia Jr. Sensational sports day nationwide and right here in Syracuse. Now, famous cities like Boston, Chicago, Buffalo, and Edmonton have been the sites of outdoor classics in the National Hockey League. One step down in the AHL, it never happened. Well, until now. And that host city, right here in Syracuse. The Binghamton Senators only had to travel 66 miles up I-81, and Patterson would drop the first puck. And he said he was going for Binghamton. Not going for this guy. Parachuter slips down, but he does deliver the puck from above. First period, Crunch 7 minutes in. Alexander Picard scores the goal to put the Crunch up 1-0. Second period, Crunch still up a goal and on the power play, but Josh Hennessy off of the rebound says, "Look at my shorthanded goal to tie the game up at 1. Time winding down in the second, and Dan Fritchie is going to shoot. Just kidding. He drops it off to David Lifferton to put the Crunch up 2-1, but would that be enough? Defensive battle here, and in any defensive battle, it's going to have to be goalie play that stands the teams apart, and Kevin Lalonde was up for the task. 36 saves to earn the #1 star of the game, and the Crunch look like they're going to hold on for the 2-1 win at the Outdoor Classic.
Under 10 seconds remaining. That'll do it. The puck to the neutral zone, and I got 2 words for you. Game over. The Crunch wins.
21,000 packed the fairgrounds, and Alexander Picard said it had a big influence on the Crunch.
The first 10 minutes was unbelievable. I thought I was playing a 7th game in the Stanley Cup Finals, Coming from the locker room and seeing like 20,000 people just screaming, it was unbelievable.
Now, they say it's not how you start, but how you finish. But when you're the back-to-back defending national champions like the Syracuse men's lacrosse team, it has to be a combination of both. Cuse looking to win their opening game for the 14th straight season against the University of Denver. First period, Javon Miller wasting no time. Check his stick work, puts the Cuse up 1-0 early, 41 seconds in. Then sophomore Kevin Drew out-hustles the Pioneers and scores to make it 2-0 Syracuse. Later in the first with Cuse up 2, Cody Jamieson with 5 Pioneers around him, doesn't matter. One of his career-high 4 goals on the day. Cuse up 8-2 after the first, and they would go on to win this one 15-9, not looking back against DU. Now, Orange basketball also in the national spotlight, eyeing a #1 seed in the NCAA tournament. The selection committee will soon be making those decisions, and top seeds cannot have letdowns, especially against sub-500 teams. But if there's one thing Providence can do, and Jim Boeheim knows this one, it's they can score, scoring 82 points a game. Wes Johnson doesn't seem to mind, though. Off of his own miss, gets the rebound, slams it home. The hands looking okay there, and Cuse is up 4 early. Providence at home going with the blackout, and they would start shooting lights out, especially from deep. Brian McKenzie has this time to give the Friars their first lead of the game. Then Routens falls asleep, and Marshawn Brooks slams it home to wake him up to extend the brand new lead for Providence. But in the second half, it was all Syracuse, and it started with defense. Brandon Trish on the steal. He goes coast to coast. No need for help on that one. On their way to a 14-0 run. Then more Syracuse. The errant pass to nobody, and Andy Routens scoops it up for the rare dunk. Orange up 13. Then it was time for Syracuse to show off more offensive skills and featuring ball movement this time. Down low to Rick Jackson for the slam. He had 28 points, a new career high in this one. On the defensive, Q's would rise up. Literally, Wes Johnson on the block starts the break. Joseph dishes off to Routens, and Routens stops and pops one of his 8 threes on the day. And the Q's would go on to dominate the second half and win this one 99-85. They have a huge showdown with Villanova coming up Saturday the 27th. And Scott, it's going to be 34,000 plus at the Dome.
Most families enjoy spending time together. The Boardwells enjoy family time nearly 24/7 because of their shared passion for one thing, archery.
We started them pretty young, a lot younger than I started. You know, I didn't start till I was 18 years old.
Jeff is the father of the Boardwell family, and he's been an archer nearly 30 years. His wife Melissa also shoots, and together they have 3 children who, of course, love the sport.
It's what we live for. It's a lot of fun.
It's fun.
For 18-year-old Dylan, 15-year-old Glenn, and 12-year-old Caitlin, fun in the Boardwell household doesn't just mean doing what you love. Just ask Dad.
We go to win, we don't go to place. So.
And when they do, all 3 finished in the top 5 in their division in this year's state championship among 1,800 archers. Caitlin won the state and national championship.
Although the Boardwells compete and win nationally, it's not all about hitting the targets. They actually own an archery shop in Tully, which truly makes it a family business.
The kids work at the shop and practice there every day.
I practice as much as I can so I can go pro.
The kids share Dylan's dream, but they also share Caitlin's perspective on why archery is this family sport.
It's fun because we could all be together doing something together, where other sports you're just separate without your family.
John Garcia Jr., NCC News.
I'm really new to this.
Curtis Brinkley is no stranger to new challenges, something his son Elijah will one day learn. It began in the Abbotsford projects outside of Philadelphia.
Man, that's where I grew up at, man. It was all love up here, you know.
There, he pursued his love for football, where he would break the city's all-time rushing record. He got a scholarship to Syracuse University.
I had a great, 4 years at Syracuse, met a lot of people there. I'm happy for the decision that I made.
During his senior season, he led the Orange with 1,200 yards rushing.
What a move by Brinkley at the line of scrimmage.
The San Diego Chargers signed the running back as a rookie free agent just as he got his degree. But his biggest challenge came on the night of July 10th, 2009.
First, I didn't realize that I was shot. My shoulder just dropped. And then, I looked up, and I just seen a lot of fire. That's all I seen was fire. So I ducked my head down, backed up. And I just, I just felt myself crashing into a lot of things.
He was rushed to Albert Einstein Medical Center where he was treated for his gunshot wounds.
It's very frustrating now, going through the therapy and, things like that, just trying to get your strength back and, just thinking about what happened to you and, the setbacks. It's very frustrating, but you just have to keep on pushing.
The Chargers placed him on injured reserve and brought him back for the upcoming season.
I have a very nice shot, with the San Diego Chargers, and I just want to help them win.
No matter the success he has on the field, the real victory in Brinkley's life comes off of it. So it all comes back to right here for Brinkley, the corner of Spring and Ashburn, where his past as a high school legend intersects with his future as an NFL dad. Reporting from Philadelphia, John Garcia Jr., NCC News.